So a lot of people want to get into the dog daycare industry because their love of animals, or they just have seen it and they think it's the greatest thing. But is it? It is the greatest thing, at least in my opinion. I've been doing it for 10 years. But what does it take to get started? Honestly, work in a dog daycare. There's no better way for you to see what does it take to run a dog daycare than to work for one. Now, I'm going to preface this with, if you plan on opening up your dog daycare in an area where you want to work in a dog daycare, there's a problem. So, what can you do? Reach out to dog daycare owners that are a ways away from you and see if they would let you shadow for a few days. Do this frequently. I traveled 3 different states and toured over a dozen dog daycares to find out what don't they like about their facility. So I didn't make the same mistakes. Of course, I asked them what they liked, but the big thing was, what if they could do anything over again, what wouldn't they do? And that information was invaluable to me because I would have done some things that would have cost me a lot of money, like in-floor heat, cameras that people can see. You know, I would have spent money on things that would have backfired in the long run. So that is my best advice for those of you wanting to start out. How much money does it take is another good question. It varies. My first facility, I signed the lease. I took out 12 credit cards, maxed out at $50,000, borrowed $5,000 from my dad, had 7 college kids help me build out my daycare and boarding area, and that's how I got started. My second facility, I took out a loan for over $1 million and built it from the ground up. So somewhere in between all of that is what it takes financially to get started. It just depends. There is no distinctive blueprint to follow. It's going to depend on the space. It's going to depend on indoor, outdoor. It's going to depend on geography. It's going to depend on how good are you at building stuff, what tools, what mechanisms do you have to get stuff done versus having to hire out. So lots to kind of drill down there. But certainly we do have a guide on our website that you can purchase to help you check the boxes to determine if this is something that you can step into. Best of luck.